The megastars, the millionaires, the masterminds. Seriously wealthy, glamorous and influential. They are the rich and famous. They are the kids born with a silver spoon in the mouth and have every whim catered to. They are the privileged. Lee Osbourne still lives at home with her father, ex-Black Sabbath rocker Ozzy Osbourne, and mother Sharon in their famous Beverly Hills mansion, which happens to be worth $12.4 million. And maybe she always will. After all, her parents have a net worth of $204 million. Together, the Osbournes made an Emmy Award-winning reality television program watched with relish by millions around the world. The Osbournes was the most viewed series ever on MTV. The antics of the dysfunctional family were primetime entertainment for the masses, who wanted to know just how the rich and famous really live. The show was a launching pad for fledgling singer Kelly's career, and even gave Sharon Osbourne a shot at her own talk show, The Sharon Osbourne Show. The family even parodied their TV series during a cameo appearance in the smash hit Austin Powers Goldmember. Everyone knew the legendary rocker Ozzy Osbourne, but there was a new star on the scene, his spoiled princess, the plump and pouting party girl, Kelly. Now, she was set to have a career, but what as? Having dropped out of school in the 10th grade, Kelly was never highly passionate about anything. What should she do? Acting? Radio presenting? Fashion design? Can you make a career of just being Kelly? Well, yes, Kelly, you can. That's called celebrity, but you have to earn it. Kelly Osbourne is a big fan of Blondie's Debbie Harry and Pat Benatar, and has fancied herself as a similarly styled singer. Osbourne's debut album, Shut Up, was released in 2002 to moderate sales, fueled mostly by a cover version of the hit Madonna song Papa Don't Preach. The album failed to spark much interest, and by 2003, Osbourne had been dropped from her record label, Epic. Not long after, she resurfaced on the Sanctuary label, recording a duet, Changes, a Black Sabbath song, with her father. The duet hit #1 on the UK charts, a first for both father and daughter. Shut Up was repackaged with this duet and a few live cuts and re-released as Changes. Things were looking up, with a little help from Daddy, that is. On Osbourne's second album, Sleeping in the Nothing, she makes a transition from rock to 80s dance pop, and the first single, One Word, peaked at #1 on 3 Billboard dance charts. Osbourne became the first artist in the history of the Billboard charts to top all 3 dance surveys in the same week. In 2007, Kelly signed to BBC Radio 1 to host the Sunday night teen show. Ordinary teens identified with Kelly. She doesn't look like a Hollywood starlet, she doesn't sound like an aristocrat, but she sure shops like both of these. With a moderately successful music career behind her, Kelly Osbourne has been giving acting a red-hot go. Osbourne made her debut as an actress with a starring role on ABC high school teen drama Life as We Know It, where she played the supporting role of Deborah Beatrice Tynan. Then, in 2006, Osbourne went on to play the role of Wendy from Peter Pan in the pantomime The Queen's Handbag. Then, Kelly provided a voice for the animated film Live Freaky, Die Freaky. Now all grown up and ready for the big league, Osbourne surprised everyone by taking over the role of prison matron Mama Morton in the musical drama Chicago on the West End. Her 7-week run was only stopped finally by a back injury. That's probably the hardest work this little lady has ever done. Who knows, with a little more elbow grease, she could turn notoriety into serious net worth. Nicole Richie was one of Hollywood's party girls. The adopted daughter of pop singer Lionel Richie and star of the reality TV series The Simple Life with Paris Hilton. Nicole's net worth is over $2 million. Nicole didn't become famous. She was already famous for being Lionel Richie's daughter. And growing up with pop icon Michael Jackson and music producer Quincy Jones as your godfathers sure does have some perks. Lionel has sold almost 100 million albums, won 5 Grammy Awards, and is one of the most famous pop singers of all time. He wrote the song Ballerina Girl just for Nicole.
What a nice guy. He's one of the nice guys.
Nicole certainly has been spoilt, saying this about her parents. Their way of making me happy was to say yes to everything I wanted. But I don't think a little girl should have that much freedom. But with that much freedom, she has always kept the media busy with her wild ways, especially with her now ex-best friend Paris Hilton. Nicole has received a lot of attention from the media by leading a life of drugs, alcohol and wild parties. Nicole and Paris then starred in the now axed reality TV show The Simple Life, a show where two girls that have had everything handed to them on a silver platter give it all up to do the unthinkable: chores, grocery shopping, and even a full day's work. Having to see two rich kids give up their luxuries like mobile phones, credit cards, and not having mummy and daddy to support them sure did make for good viewing. Season 4 of the show was drawing close to 1 million viewers per episode. Nicole and Paris could be found at all the glamorous parties and always in the limelight, whether they wanted to be or not. In 2005, Nicole and Paris grew apart for some unknown reason, but reportedly rekindled their friendship after Paris called Nicole on her birthday in September 2006. Nicole has always been spotted wearing the latest fashions, driving luxurious sports cars, and she made the large frame sunglasses look good again. No one can pull that look off like she can. Nicole was named number 37 on the Maxim magazine Hot 100 of 2005. Nicole has tried it all as an actress, singer, reality TV star, author, and announced in April 2007 she planned to start a jewellery, accessories and sunglasses line, along with a perfume and style book. In early January 2006, Nicole's book, a semi-autobiographical, The Truth About Diamonds, peaked at number 32 on the New York Times bestseller list. On October 27, 2006, it was announced that Nicole was seeking treatment for an inability to put on weight, though it is not treatment for an eating disorder. To gain herself more attention, Nicole was arrested in December 2006. She was charged with driving under the influence. Apparently, she was driving her black Mercedes-Benz G-Class in the wrong direction and entered the freeway using the exit ramp. She was sentenced to 4 days jail, but luckily only served 82 minutes. In 2007, Nicole and partner Joel Madden, frontman for rock and grunge band Good Charlotte, decided to give parenthood a try. This once party girl is now leading the family life. Stella McCartney. She never had a chance. She could have been a shop girl, a dental assistant. She could have been an excellent meter maid. But she was born rich and famous. The daughter of former Beatles Sir Paul McCartney and his first wife, rock photographer and animal rights activist Linda McCartney, set her heart on a life of fashion. And what Stella Steele, or Unstoppable Stella, wants, she gets. As a young girl, McCartney travelled the globe with her parents and their pop group Wings, from shortly after her birth in 1971 until 1980. Although her parents always insisted on a normal life for the 4 children, Stella admits it was pretty surreal, remembering, "I was in this stadium with 200,000 people looking at my mum and dad, and that was mind-bending." Bullied at school, McCartney says her famous name was hardly the key to the city, admitting that she has struggled all her life to be independent. Her graduation collection at college in 1995 was modelled by her friends and supermodels Naomi Campbell, Yasmin Le Bon and Kate Moss for free. The collection was shown to a song penned by her famous father called Stella Mayday. The show made front-page news and the entire collection was sold to Tokyo, a London boutique. That's more than a little help from her friends. However, Steely Stella steadfastly claims that she would have been a famous fashion designer even if her dad hadn't been Paul McCartney. The onus was on the girl to prove herself. In 1997, McCartney was appointed chief designer of Paris fashion house Chloe, following in the footsteps of Karl Lagerfeld. Lagerfeld was less than impressed with the choice, famously stating, "Let's hope she's as gifted as her father." And show them she did. Her designs were a commercial and critical success. Chloe's sales and reputation grew, and proving that McCartney wasn't just gliding on by her name, she received the Vogue Designer of the Year award in 2000.
I'd also like to thank...
She left Chloe, however, in 2001 to develop her own label as part of the Gucci Group and opened her New York store in 2002. McCartney's line blends frilly elements like pastel silks and ribbons with street-worthy rocker accents like slasher tees and industrial zippers. All clothes are animal-free, including the shoes. Now everyone wants a piece of Stella. She has her own perfume and her own organic skincare line, Care. In 2004, she designed clothes for Madonna's Reinvention Tour, Annie Lennox's Summer Tour, and Gwyneth Paltrow and Jude Law's costumes for the film Sky Captain and the World of Tomorrow. She has a long-term joint venture Adidas line, designing sportswear for women called Adidas by Stella McCartney. The collection includes apparel for swim, gym, running, tennis and winter sports, all under her catch cry, suitable for sporty vegetarians. And when Stella McCartney's limited edition range was released to just 100 Target stores exclusively in Australia, scenes of near hysteria broke out as women stormed the stores to snatch a $30 scarf or $200 taffeta trench coat. But for serious Stella fever, the award goes to Coutts & Co. The UK's leading private bank got McCartney to design their latest credit card, to which the heiress replied, "Credit card design is an area that has been overlooked in the past, and it's about time you get to spend your hard-earned money with a bank card that looks good." See? She's just an ordinary girl with ordinary priorities. Prince William, member of the British royal family, son of Charles and Diana, Prince and Princess of Wales, and grandson of Queen Elizabeth II. William is one of the world's most eligible bachelors and second in line to be king. Prince William hasn't really grown up in your typical everyday family. His grandmother, Queen Elizabeth II, has a net worth of over $500 million. Born June 21st, 1982, at St Mary's Hospital in Paddington, West London, William was given the title of His Royal Highness Prince William of Wales, but known by his parents as Wombat or Wills. He was baptised in the music room at Buckingham Palace on the 4th of August 1982, the same day Elizabeth, the Queen Mother, celebrated her 82nd birthday. William showed an interest in sport when attending Eton College, where he was a keen football player and team captain, as well as being an A-grade student. Once finished, William decided to take a year off before going to university. In that year, he was involved in a British Army training exercise and spent some time in Chile as a volunteer with Raleigh International, a youth development organisation that helps people of all backgrounds and nationalities to discover their full potential. William attended the University of St Andrew in Scotland and received a Scottish Master of Arts degree with upper second-class honours. When William turned 25, he was entitled to a portion of the inheritance that was left to him by his late mother, Princess Diana, after her fatal car crash. Over $13 million was left to him in Diana's will. Diana left her estate, made up mostly of personal items, stocks, shares, dresses and jewellery worth approximately $42 million, plus another $33 million from the divorce settlement from Prince Charles. Around $16 million from Diana's estate was paid in inheritance tax, which left more than $24 million to share between both William and his younger brother, Prince Harry. According to Diana's will, neither William nor Harry were entitled to their share of the inheritance until they turned 25, and they can ask for their share in full when they turn 30. William and Harry also both earn approximately $44,000 a year as second lieutenants in the British Army. William also has a passion for charity work. William's first patronage was to Centrepoint, a charity for homeless young people. William used to accompany his mother on her visits during her patronage. Following in his mother's footsteps, William is now president of the Royal Marsden Hospital, previously his mother's role. Wills is a patron of Mountain Rescue England and Wales, spending 2 weeks working with them and showing his desire to highlight and celebrate the vital, selfless and courageous work of our mountain rescue organisations. He is also a patron of the Tusk Trust, a conservation charity for Africa, president of the Football Association and vice patron of the Welsh Rugby Union, along with his grandmother, the Queen. In late 2006, William and Harry organised Concert for Diana, an event that would not only help us to remember Princess Diana and their mother, but would also help raise money for the charities that she cared deeply for. Prince William may have a big bank account, but he also has a big heart. Add a bit of bad boy in there, William, and you'd be perfect. If you haven't heard of Paris Hilton, you must have been living on a deserted island with absolutely no communication with the outside world whatsoever. Paris is one of the world's most famous faces and one of the most spoilt brats of all time. Paris's inheritance is valued at between $30 and $50 million. She is a model, actress, singer, businesswoman and author. Is there anything this girl can't do? Between 2003-2004, she earned approximately $2 million, $6.5 million in 2004-2005, and $7 million in 2005-2006. Paris, great-granddaughter to Conrad Hilton, founder of the Hilton Hotels, which is estimated at over $300 million US, is probably best known for her work on the reality TV show The Simple Life, which also starred Nicole Richie. Although she already had fame and fortune, the simple life started Paris's acting career with several small roles in films, such as House of Wax and Zoolander, and small guest roles on TV shows like Las Vegas and The OC.
I just enjoy making my own money and not having to ask my parents for anything. It makes me feel good about myself. And it's a lot of fun just to be able to buy whatever I want and do it on my own and not ask anybody. And I love to work. It's fun for me.
Paris, who loves to show off, was reportedly paid $400,000 to do just that in a TV commercial, wearing nothing but a skimpy bikini while lathering up a Bentley.
I love Paris in the winter when it drizzles. I love Paris in the summer.
But TV wasn't enough. Paris wanted to give the music industry a go. She founded Heiress Records in 2004 and in 2006 released her first self-titled album, Paris, under that label. The first single was Stars Are Blind. Her album spent a week at number 6 on the Billboard 200, but it didn't sell too well. Paris released her autobiography, Confessions of an Heiress, a tongue-in-cheek peek behind the pose in 2004. She was given an advance payment of $100,000 for the book. Confessions of an Heiress gives full-colour photographs of Paris and her advice on life as an heiress. It became a New York Times bestseller. Next was her designer diary called Your Heiress Diary, Confess It All to Me. In 2004, Paris paid just under $3 million for her 3,000 square foot mansion in the Hollywood Hills that comprises of 4 bedrooms and 4.5 bathrooms. The mansion is located on an A-list block with views of Los Angeles and only a few doors down from A-list celebrity Cameron Diaz. Paris has been known to compare herself to Princess Diana and Marilyn Monroe, and has been quoted as saying that she is the iconic blonde of the decade. But Paris has been voted the second worst celebrity role model of 2006, behind Britney Spears. Paris made more headlines when she was charged with drink driving and lost her licence. Paris was then caught speeding with a suspended licence, and in the end sentenced to 45 days in jail for violating her probation. This upset a lot of her fans. A petition was made to Governor Schwarzenegger asking him for a pardon. A counter-petition was then made to keep the sentence. Only Paris Hilton could get this much attention, with the petitions gaining tens of thousands of signatures. In the end, she only served 22 days. Paris is definitely known as one of the bad girls of Hollywood, corrupting other young stars such as Lindsay Lohan and Britney Spears. That's hot, Paris. That's hot. The megastars, the millionaires, the masterminds. Seriously wealthy, glamorous and influential. They are the rich and famous. They are the kids born with a silver spoon in the mouth and have every whim catered to. They are the privileged. Lee Osbourne still lives at home with her father, ex-Black Sabbath rocker Ozzy Osbourne, and mother Sharon in their famous Beverly Hills mansion, which happens to be worth $12.4 million, and Austin Powers Gold member. Everyone knew the legendary rocker Ozzy Osbourne, but there was a new star on the scene, his spoiled princess, the plump and pouting party girl, Kelly. Now, she was set to have a career, but what as? Having dropped out of school in the 10th grade, Kelly was never highly passionate about anything. What should she do? Acting? Radio presenting? Fashion design? Can you make a career of just being Kelly? Well, yes, Kelly, you can. That's called celebrity, but you have to earn it. Kelly Osbourne is a big fan of Blondie's Debbie Harry and Pat Benatar, and has fancied herself as a similarly styled singer. Osbourne's debut album, Shut Up, was released in 2002 to moderate sales, fueled mostly by a cover version of the hit Madonna song Papa Don't Preach. The album failed to spark much interest, and by 2003, Osbourne had been dropped from her record label, Epic. Not long after, she resurfaced on the Sanctuary label, recording a duet, Changes, a Black Sabbath song, with her father. The duet hit #1 on the UK charts, a first for both father and daughter. Shut Up was repackaged with this duet and a few live cuts and re-released as Changes. Things were looking up, with a little help from Daddy, that is. On Osbourne's second album, Sleeping in the Nothing, she makes a transition maybe she always will. After all, her parents have a net worth of $204 million. Together, the Osbournes made an Emmy Award-winning reality television program watched with relish by millions around the world. The Osbournes was the most viewed series ever on MTV. The antics of the dysfunctional family were primetime entertainment for the masses, who wanted to know just how the rich and famous really live. The show was a launching pad for fledgling singer Kelly's career, and even gave Sharon Osbourne a shot at her own talk show, The Sharon Osbourne Show. The family even parodied their TV series during a cameo appearance in the smash hit From Rock to 80s Dance Pop, and the first single, One Word, peaked at #1 on 3 Billboard dance charts. Osbourne became the first artist in the history of the Billboard charts to top all 3 dance surveys in the same week. In 2007, Kelly signed to BBC Radio 1 to host the Sunday night teen show. Ordinary teens identified with Kelly. She doesn't look like a Hollywood starlet, she doesn't sound like an aristocrat, but she sure shops like both of these. With a moderately successful music career behind her, Kelly Osbourne has been giving acting a red-hot go. Osbourne made her debut as an actress